Okay, welcome back. So today I just want to go ahead and run a simple pipeline. We're going to go ahead and just create a resource group and a subscription. That's it. To do so, the first thing we got to do is create a service connection. The service connection is going to specify which subscription we're running this in. It's also going to allow us to create a service principal that will have permissions to actually create the resources. So we'll go into the service connections here and do a new service connection at the top. And then because we're just doing resources, we're just going to go ahead and select Azure Resource Manager. Stick very simple. I'm just going to go ahead and do workload identity. Select a subscription. You don't actually have to put in the resource group. You just have to name it something. Do yourself a favor and write the name of the connection down. You're gonna need it whenever you create your first pipeline. All right, so as you can see, we already have a pipeline here. That's an error. Let's do a flashback to show how we got here in the first place. Pipelines, let's create a pipeline. Let's use GitHub, more options. And nope, just regular old GitHub. And we'll use the color app because that's where everything's at. Okay, so in this case, we don't really need much. We're just going to go ahead and the trigger is main, but I'm going to go ahead and do none here. I don't want to trigger this using GitHub. I don't want it to run when I do a commit on any sort of branch or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and just set it to a non-trigger so I can run it manually. We're going to go ahead and ignore all of this stuff or pull all of this stuff out for now. The only thing I really want to do is run the pipeline script. So let's go ahead and steps task script. So this is probably fine. No, we don't need any of this. Script, and we'll call this install firewall. Actually, we need to create a resource group first, right? Because the subscription is going to be mostly empty. So to do that, we'll just do az create group, and we'll name it, for this case, we'll just name it, let's just call it color app RG. RG, and the subscription is going to be the subscription ID for the subscription here. So let's copy that guy, put the subscription ID. Let's double check and make sure I got az create group. Oh, it's az group create. Always get that. You're saying it's Azure, and you're saying you're messing with the group, and then you're saying what you're doing with it. So I should be remembering that better. Okay, so we don't have anything here. Awesome. And the name. Oh yeah, we're gonna want to specify the location. I'm in North Texas, so we'll do North Central US is fine. All right, and let's see. Did I select group? Nope, I wanted group create. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so straightforward. Create a group. Location is West US. The name is that. That's all we need here. So we can actually get rid of this guy. Double dash. And get rid of this line. And we can actually go ahead and test this just to see what happens. So we'll do... I don't think it's going to work because we're not specifying a subscription or anything yet, but let's just see what it does. Commit directly to main branch. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see what happens. It might end up screaming, but I like to run it, see what it complains about, and we'll go from there. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. Another reason I wanted to go ahead and give it a shot. I need to request access to the first job. This one's a little confusing. Essentially, what happened, or at least the story or urban myth goes, that Microsoft was having issues with people scripting out free deployments and doing nefarious things with it. I say nefarious. You guys might appreciate it. I don't care. To me, it's bad. They would do things like Bitcoin mining or other processes using those pipelines. So Microsoft put a stopgap in place by having you create a form and submitting it and then go through. When you submit the form, it takes about 2 to 3 days. You're not going to get any sort of validation or anything back from them saying, hey, do this. Just kind of check your pipelines and see if you can run it at that point. I'll fill out the form, and I'll see you guys here as soon as I hear back from them. So I never did hear back from them, but I went ahead and tried to run the pipeline anyways. Now, first, I did have to go ahead and update this template. I don't know what I was thinking, just leaving the script. You have to specify the subscription you're going to be using, the type of script it's going to be. There's more to it than just deploy resource group. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. All right. So if you paid attention, you noticed I screwed up the CLI command. The Azure Group Create requires the location as well. So this fails, and when you click on the failure, it'll actually tell you why it failed. And so all I had to do was go through and update that command. So what's interesting here is for some reason the job never ran. I don't know if maybe there was just like a ghost job stuck in it that made it queue up or whatnot. I ended up having to cancel this job and run it again. Okay, but from here, once the job was canceled and I reran, canceled the job, deleted the job, and then went through and ran it again, everything went through just fine. The job completes. I double check the subscription to make sure resource group is there, and we are golden. In the next video, I'll add a bicep template to the pipeline to go ahead and deploy the Azure Firewall after the resource group has been created. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.